I'm in the Science Center now, and behind me you can see some of the work that the students did during the project. The island itself was developed by a 13-year-old student who made it look approximately like the United States, and so that we could later go and have specific science activities in different landforms within the continent. The students had weekly tasks, as you can see in the big menu behind me. We would meet in virtual spaces. They would also get an email direction for the next week, and they had a website with information that grew every week. It became necessary to adapt to the equipment that the students had and didn't have, but we found that by a combination of using typing and some resourcefulness, we were able to adapt to the situation. In the following, you will see some of the accommodations we made each week.
That would help too.
I had two questions. The first one was just to make sure I have it right. Was our YouTube supposed to be kind of connected to our action adventure game?
Okay, well, what we're going to do is have a session, and I'm going to break you into different groups than the ones you're usually working with. And I think what you're going to have to do is type. While I'm waiting, I'll just tell you a few things. If you see behind me, I'll try to turn around. This is what we're going to work on today. And remember that if you hold Alt on the keyboard and then bring the mouse over the thing you want to look at and click it, you can zoom in and out. So
it became important, though, that even with the meetings and the structured websites, I needed more help in getting the complex understandings across to the students, so I developed this animated character.
What you need is a video camera, a cell phone that takes video, and one of them built-in webcams. You know, the camera that's part of that computer there. But you got a plan.
The final presentations were judged against criteria that were made known in advance, and those were related to the science, the presentation quality, the technology that was incorporated, and the interest of the game that was created. The judges were two judges from my teacher education class who came in virtually from different parts of the state, and the participants themselves judged.
Alpha, female, and male are pack leaders that track, hunt, prey, find their places to stay and everything, you know. And wolves, they are very close. They will risk their lives to save other people in the family. And they communicate with barks, whines, growls, and howls. Now, the next slide is what they eat. Wolves eat almost anything: small mammals, birds, fish, lizards, snakes, and fruit. But they usually have large prey: moose, elk, caribou, and deer. And well, next slide is that a little bit of the taste of their history. Gray wolves were endangered because they would attack crops, and then, you know, but then so the Endangered Species Act of 1973 protected
you'll
them.
have to put some safety into your game. So I think you've got some ideas coming into your head that sound good. Yep. Yeah, and you could find their nests. It would be interesting.
When all 7 presentations were finished, the judges and participants were thanked, and they were reminded to vote.
The professional judges' votes weigh a little bit higher, but I am asking everybody to vote, please. And I really want to thank you all. They've just spent almost 2 months working mostly on their own on these projects. You know, they began by picking a topic, by doing research, by learning. They learned how to do PowerPoints. They decided on an adventure game, and they pulled it all together. So I really want to congratulate everybody, the judges who came, and everybody else who worked so hard. So thank you very much.
As I conclude this overview, standing under the observatory created by our 13-year-old Patrick, I'd invite you to click this link so that you can hear a little bit about his theory of educational design. Thank you.